What's up, everybody? It's Kavon with Functional Fitness VA, and today we're going to walk around like a rooster, like we got a 72-inch chest. Or we're going to make it feel that way by stretching some stuff. So, we're going to stretch the pecs, the front delt, the bicep. You can do that with a standard door jam stretch, two hands, one hand, two arms, one arm, the twisty one, the leany one. You can do all that stuff, and we have a video for that, kind of old school. Or we can throw a band around it, get some distraction, and maybe increase the effectiveness of this. So first I need to anchor my band. In this case, since I have a rack, I'm going to pass it around the rack and through itself, pull it taut. If you're at home and you need a door strap, make sure you put it in the right spot so the door doesn't open and let that fly. Now, hand goes through the band. It's around my wrist. I reach down and pinch. That way I'm not grabbing hard, so it's secure as long as I have my pinch. I can lean away from it and all that. I'm not pulling it. All right, that's why we don't reach and grab it. Just grabbing it, because most of the time you'll want to pull it even if you're not trying to. This one kind of sets you up for success. So hands through it, pinch. I can look away from it as I lean. Now let's talk about feet first. I get my feet set so that I don't have to work too hard to keep the distraction or the decompression or the tension from the band. Now I can then rotate away from it, get a bigger stretch as I rotate back. Once I find the stretch, I can hang out here, set my clock 30 to 60 to 90 seconds. That's effective too on stretching that tissue, but we're moving, right? So anchor, pin it. You can turn your body. Now we can change the inflection of where you're going to feel it by rotating the arm. Little internal and external rotation of the arm here. Look out for any pinchy feeling in the shoulder. We don't want that. That's why we have it anchored kind of high. And we're also just making sure we don't feel a pinch. Now, we don't want to pinch up in the shoulders here or scrunch up. So long neck. That brings another point where we can move from. And that's, you got the arm secure, the chest secure, and you're moving your head. Just to disassociate, a lot of times the tension from the front delt and the pec can kind of creep up in the neck and vice versa. So you can play with all those. Now, say you got a limited ceiling, or you just want to feel a stretch in a different way. I get it higher here because I have a bigger ceiling, even though I said you have a limited one. But you can come down on one knee if you're at home, or you got a limited height on the rack or the door that you're using, so that effectively that tension's pulling up on your arm a little more. So it's another way we could do all the things here. We could turn our body back and forth a little bit. Again, I'm going to re-emphasize and restate, don't scrunch up in your shoulder, because that's just going to reinforce stuff that we want to get away from with this stretch. And that's scrunching up or elevating the shoulders. Turning the head back and forth, making sure the neck isn't carrying the tension, shifting your body in and out. Now, we got the pec stretch. We can switch it around so we, that's nice. You like that? So we can make it more, quote unquote, on that, air quotes on that, than a pec stretch. So right now it's the whole like fascial line, if you want to call it that, or just getting it across for the, what's that, the frontal sling from the pec to the opposite hip, or hitting that oblique on that side. But you can play with it, another variation, by rotating the hips. So I'm looking away, and as I look away, I rotate my hips a little bit to get that stretch to go across my torso more than just the pec. So there's a look at it with the left arm, same kind of deal. I switch my hips around, switch my legs, so I got that twist going through my spine and torso. I'm not cranking super hard on this because you don't want to feel like it's ripping you in half, obviously, but you don't want to feel a lot of pressure in any one spot on your back. You want to feel it spreading the load. So we can reverse back to the normal situation and get that stretch. Lean into it more, open your chest, twist the legs around, get that to spread a little more, or if you feel in your pec, I can grab my hip here with my offhand to just coax it into movement. I'm not cranking on anything, and that'll increase the stretch a little bit. So try one of those variations, see if you feel that more than the standard door jam stretch, or just do the standard door jam stretch. Either way, open up that chest.